somebody turned up in a car about 100 meters in that direction. I think it's still there. And I wasn't sure whether someone had noticed me, so I wanted to keep as quiet as possible.
Can I be asked to go hiking? I took a bus to this hillside town and I've come to ask myself, why do we stay in hotels? Yeah, I just don't really like staying in hotels, even though in theory the room is being cleaned. If you think about it, there's been hundreds of people that have slept in the same bed that you're sleeping in. Yeah, I mean, ultimately at a hotel you're paying for an experience. So they've got all these services like breakfast buffet, spa, swimming pool, massage, room service, all these things that a lot of people care about, but I actually don't care about at all. Ultimately, what I really want is just a quiet place to sleep for the night. No interruptions like room service or people making noise in the room next door. So tonight I've decided to build my own hotel. Probably going to be the most private hotel on the whole island of Gran Canaria. And it's in my back right here. Just up here. What we are going to talk about is why having a portable hotel on your back that you can set up wherever you want could be more comfortable for you than a 5-star hotel that costs hundreds of pounds per night. This is the most important thing. Tent. Under the tent I lay this ground sheet to protect it from this rocky soil here in Gran Canaria. I've got an airbed here that's not the thickest, but it definitely makes it a lot more comfortable than sleeping directly on the ground. A very light sleeping bag. It's good down to 15 degrees. Today it's pretty hot, so should be fine. It's just getting dark. When it gets dark, it becomes very peaceful. There's nobody about, and it's a perfect time for me to find a spot to pitch my tent. Well, it looks like we found ourselves a good old spooky forest. It's a big dog. When I was in that town back there, I was wondering whether I should still come up here because I was feeling kind of tired, but now that I'm here, I'm so glad I have come. I really want to stay here with this view. I went down in the other direction a little bit, but there's houses and there's barking dogs. But over this way, it's so peaceful. Only problem is there's no flat ground, so I'm going to have to improvise. And by improvise, I mean go back to the top of the hill, which was the spot with the awesome view that I stopped at earlier. The lights in the distance there should give you an idea of the view I'm seeing. And this is my campsite right here. And I will admit it's probably more of a 4-star than 5-star campsite tonight. I have a very comfortable air mattress here and sleeping bag. Perfect space for one person. Unfortunately, I'm camped on a little bit of a slope. I've never really camped on a slope before, so we'll see in the morning. But on the plus side, we do have access to excellent cooking facilities here. And I'll be preparing my favourite cheese and tomato sandwich.
Good morning. Well, I had a bit of a surprise last night. Somebody turned up in a car about 100 meters in that direction, and I wasn't sure who it was or whether someone had noticed me, so I wanted to keep as quiet as possible. I'm going to pack away.
So this is where a car pulled up last night, which is funny because I was thinking at one point of camping just around here. Really glad I didn't do that. It's lucky because I hadn't noticed that there's a road coming up here with the potential for cars to come up. I was camping just up there behind one of those posts. So had I wanted to make a video about how much better camping in a tent can be than staying in a hotel? Absolutely. But I think I've proved the opposite. I do think it's still possible, but this time I made 3 mistakes. First, when I found a camping spot, I didn't check my Google Maps to see whether there were any roads or houses nearby. Second is to avoid at all costs sleeping on a gradient. It was really uncomfortable and I kept waking up and having to push myself back up the airbed. The third thing is that when I'm hidden behind a bush in the middle of the countryside, I'm a lot more invisible than I probably think. So I'm going to try to be a bit less paranoid and a bit more relaxed about camping in the wild. I'm still a beginner at this and it's going to take a few more iterations before I really get comfortable with it. So I'm going to keep heading down this hill, which I think eventually leads to the sea, and I'm going to go and lie on a beach somewhere and catch up on some sleep. See you next time.